Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the first bonus game with Restore Balance. No lands, gonna mulligan this. So I wanted to do this before I even started. Two Restore Balances as well. There we go, let's mulligan. Uh, yeah. Metalwork Colossus is going to go on the bottom. So basically, I wanted to do this pretty early in creating this channel. My opponent suspended a Greater Gargadon. Oh, is this a mirror match? This could be bad. So I wanted to do bonus games whenever a deck was successful on this channel. I envisioned eventually having people vote for what deck they wanted to see more of. We're way too early for that. We don't have enough people watching. But this deck was successful. People seem to like it. And I wanted to do bonus games anyway. So this is going to be the first one. We're not going to be keeping track of records. This is just a fun bonus game. Doesn't mean anything, but this is a way, if you guys really like a deck, you can let me know and I can play some extra games with it. Just to, see it played. So, my opponent has two basic lands, so maybe it's not Restore Balance. So, yeah, expect more Restore Balance games. These aren't going to be regular. I'll just get them out when I can. But like I said, you guys seem to like this Restore Balance build. So we're going to run it one more time. Probably a couple more times. Also, I did change the deck a little bit. I took out two March of the Machines for two Kiora, the Crashing Wave, Servo Schematic. What is my opponent doing? This is modern tournament practice. My opponent's doing weird things. I guess my opponent has a 1-1 servo. Okay. And a Greater Gargadon on suspend. I guess they can sacrifice the servo schematic to the Greater Gargadon, so that's good for them, I guess. Well, we're going to play a border post, and we're going to pass. So I'm definitely thinking this deck is not super competitive, but who knows? Who knows? I can appreciate a brew. Yep, they did sacrifice the artifact. So they get an extra counter off Gargadon. And then it ticks down again at the beginning of their upkeep, so it's down to 6. And we're facing two 1-1 servos. Not super concerning. We do have Demonic Dread and the mana to play it, so we'll probably go into that next turn. Maybe. They do have Greater Gargadon, though, that's going to come into play. So maybe it's not the best idea. Well, let's play a border post. Do we go into Demonic Dread? Just clear their board. We do have March of the Machines. Yeah, let's do it. Let's play Demonic Dread. We will Cascade into Restore Balance. So we wipe out their board. Okay, they are doing the smart thing. They are sacrificing to Greater Gargadon. Something that I often fail to do. They're even tapping their lands for mana. So Greater Gargadon is going to come into play next turn. So this may have been something I shouldn't have done. Well, if we lose, it's my fault. I wasn't in any danger of those servos, so maybe allowing my opponent to get a Greater Gargadon in play was a mistake. Just thinking that it might be a tiny mistake. Just a little bit. Alright, we're going to discard the Restore Balance. And we pass, so that Greater Gargadon's going to come into play with haste and hit us for 9. So I think the only thing we can hope for right now is to top deck another Cascade spell. I really shouldn't have cascaded there. We have to top deck something to deal with that this turn. So oops, I was too busy talking about bonus games, and yep, maybe a little bit distracted. And they had a land in hand, so that's great. They suspended another Greater Gargadon. Sure. Oh, but we get a Cascade spell. Can we play it? Yes, we can. That was a super lucky top deck there. So let's Cascade again. My opponent's not gonna like me. Let's hope they don't rage quit. Opponent is thinking. Alright, they're sacrificing the Greater Gargadon again. So it looks like we're going to be... I guess we should play a land this turn. Yeah, maybe. So we can get as much out of March of the Machines as we can. That would be ideal. So that resolves. Play, no. Oops. Well, I'm an idiot. I should have played Evolving Wilds, obviously, because the land comes into play tap. Well, that's nice. My opponent has nothing, though, so that's good. Okay, we drew a Greater Gargadon. So let's play Evolving Wilds, crack it for... Doesn't matter. We'll just get a Plains. We will play March of the Machines. It's not really worth it to bother with Greater Gargadon right now. So we will attack for 4. Put it goes to 16. There, Greater Gargadon ticks down. So it looks like we took out March of the Machines, left 1 in, and that 1 March of the Machines is going to win us the game. Because, well, my opponent does have a mountain, though. Okay. So long as they don't play any creatures, we should be good. Opponent plays Faithless Looting. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Sure. We draw a Violent Outburst. Well, we don't need that now. We are not going to suspend. I want to attack with everything. So swing everything at our opponent. They go to 4, and we will pass. I'm pretty sure we win here. I mean, unless they can get 3 blockers in play, we should be good. Opponent concedes. Alright, there we go. I mean, it's a weird deck, but sure. Is it built entirely around Greater Gargadon? Because that's all we saw. We saw Greater Gargadons, and we saw them using servo schematic to get it out faster. So Nihilith is good in this game. It looks like they are looking to put stuff in play and then sacrifice it to Gargadon. So Nihilith works. We also saw Faithless Looting. So we'll bring in a Nihilith, take out a Greater Gargadon. That should be good enough. Let's get into the second game. Alright, game 2. Well, we have all the border posts ever. We're going to keep it. We just have to hope we draw into something that cascades. But it's looking pretty good. Turn 1 Gargadon again. Wow. We draw another border post. I didn't think I'd be drawing any more of those, but okay. The good news is that is our white source. So we're good on colors. We just need to hit a cascade spell. That's it. And then we are good. Opponent plays Fury Charm, destroying my border post. Well, that's annoying. We draw another border post. Holy crap. Well, I guess losing that border post doesn't hurt too much when you have all of them. When you have all the border posts, it's not a big deal. Opponent plays Faithless Looting. We'll look at what they discard. I'm kind of curious because this deck just seems weird. Mountain and Goblin Arsonist. Well, okay then. We draw a Cascade spell. There we go. So let's get some blue and white sources in play. We'll play the blue and white border post. And we will pass. So now we just need a way to kill our opponent. So we need a Greater Gargadon, or a Metalwork Colossus, or a Kiora the Crashing Waves. I literally just threw that in right before recording this, so I haven't actually got to play test it, haven't played it, haven't seen it in play yet. So we'll see what happens with it. Seems pretty cool. Another Faithless Looting. Kiora the Crashing Waves lets us prevent damage from a single source for a full turn until our next turn. And when it ultimates, we get an emblem that puts 9/9 Krakens into play, or Octopus Krakens. I forget the exact creature type. But, you know, it works like our deck. We clear the board and then just start generating 9/9 tokens. There's an Nihilith, though. That would have been nice at the beginning of the game. So let's bring in a border post. Let's suspend Nihilith. And we will pass. So next turn, if we want, we can Ardent Plea, and that should cause Nihilith to tick down a little bit, at least by 3. The bad news is with Greater Gargadon, that's also going to tick down for them. For every counter that Nihilith loses, Greater Gargadon loses 1/2 because they'll be sacrificing that permanent servo schematic. Yeah. So it seems like their entire deck is just built around getting a Greater Gargadon in play. Seems really bad against black control, or blue control, or any white deck with Path to Exile. Seems kind of bad, but It's what my opponent seems to be doing. We draw an island. We will play a border post. And I guess we can go into Ardent Plea. We're going to discard 2 cards. I mean, we have 1 to restore balance. And we can discard the island or the mountain. So let's play Ardent Plea. We will cast Restore Balance. Opponent sacrifices their servo. Okay, so they're going to start sacrificing their lands. So Nihilith will start ticking down as well. So the bad news is we don't have any more Cascade spells. And their Greater Gargadon is bigger than our Nihilith. That's the issue right now. So we will discard the Restore Balance and the Island, and we will pass. So Greater Gargadon is going to come into play this turn, assuming they sacrifice the Servo Schematic, which I assume they're going to do, maybe. That's what I would do. And then we're going to be taking 10 per turn, because the Servo is going to hit us, and the Greater Gargadon is going to hit us. Okay, there it is. So Servo comes into play. Greater Gargadon goes down to 1 counter, so it'll come into play during their upkeep. Yep, here we go. Greater Gargadon loses its counter and they cast it. So, I guess we have to top deck another Cascade spell. And then we should be, like, on pace to win. If we can clear their board and bring in Nihilith, which will be swinging for 5 per turn, we should be fine. We just need to hit a Cascade spell. I think, yeah, any of them will work. Any Cascade spell right here. No. We get a border post. So I think we're going to be... Yeah, we don't have any way to win. We're going to concede this one. So that Greater Gargadon is giving us issues. Maybe we should bring in Oblivion Ring. I can't believe they've gotten it both games. We will take out 2 Nihiliths and a Restore Balance, maybe. Kiora will be really good if we can get her in play, because she can just neutralize that Gargadon. That would be pretty sweet. But, yep, I think we're good. Let's get into Game 3. Alright, Game 3. We will be playing first. Well, there's a Kiora. But, yeah, this is okay. 2 border posts and a Cascade spell and Metalwork Colossus. So this is actually extremely good. We can actually turn 3 Violent Outburst if we really want to. Greater Gargadon on turn 1 again. Wow. I wish my deck was that consistent in terms of giving me opening hands that are exactly what I want. But we draw a Terramorphic Expanse. Let's play a border post and pass, so we can Violent Outburst next turn if we really want to. I don't know if there is much benefit to doing it this early, but it's possible. Never mind. Fury Charm kills a border post, and we draw a Greater Gargadon. And our red border post just got destroyed, so why couldn't they have killed the other one? Also, why did I play the island and not the Terramorphic Expanse? But it's fine. I guess we'll just pass now. Opponent plays a mountain and passes. We draw a border post. Okay, so let's play Terramorphic Expanse. Let's crack it for a swamp. Maybe, yeah. And then we will bounce that swamp to play border post. And we will pass for now. So we can Violent Outburst again next turn, which might not be terrible. Opponent plays Goblin Arsonist. It's a 1 mana 1/1 that deals 1 damage when it dies. That's just okay. I don't know why anyone would play that for any reason ever, but sure. Draw a border post. Do we play a land? Well, we have to if we want to Violent Outburst, but isn't necessary this turn. I think I want to suspend Greater Gargadon. That way I can sacrifice my lands. That would be appealing. So we'll do that, and we'll pass for now. Goblin Arsonist seems weird. I guess it's like, oh, when I sacrifice it to Greater Gargadon, we deal 1 damage. I don't know, man. I think there's got to be better options. But, yep. Well, anyway, their Greater Gargadon ticks down to 6. So they can sacrifice all their permanents and bring it down to 2. So once again, we're in a situation where If we cascade into Restore Balance, we're going to give our opponent a massive creature to kill us with. But yeah, we're going to get attacked by a Goblin Arsonist. This might be the first time I've ever taken damage from a Goblin Arsonist. But we go to 19, and Gargadon ticks down to 9. We draw Lingering Souls. Okay, that'll be good after Restore Balance. So I think we just go straight into Violent Outburst. Well, we could have waited until our opponent's turn and they would have drawn an extra card to discard. That would have been the smart thing to do. But whatever, I'm impatient and I think this could be fine. So Greater Gargadon is going to tick down to... Oh, I totally forgot to sacrifice my lands. Well, let's use this Goblin Arsonist trigger to get those lands out of here. That was nearly a terrible mistake. So our opponent's going to sacrifice their lands to Gargadon as well. So next turn, Gargadon's going to have 1. And if they have a land in play, they could play it, sacrifice it, and bring the Gargadon into play. The good news is we have Metalwork Colossus, which can go toe-to-toe with the Gargadon. So we should be fine. I did sacrifice my blue source, so I now have no way to cast Ardent Plea or Kiora. So that's a problem. But I think we can just sit behind a Metalwork Colossus and peck away with Lingering Souls tokens. That might be the way to go. So now that my opponent's board is clear, let's play a land and play Metalwork Colossus, and we'll pass. So now if our opponent sacrifices a land to bring Greater Gargadon into play, it's not going to touch us, we're fine. Our creature is bigger, Greater Gargadon takes down. Okay, my opponent does play a mountain. Okay. They choose not to sacrifice, that makes sense. They can sacrifice that at any point. We draw a border post. Okay, that's fine, we'll play that. It's also a blue source, so we have a way to play Ardent Plea and Kiora now. Let's cast Lingering Souls. Get 2 1/1 spirit tokens, and then we will go to combat. Attack for 10. Opponent's going to go down to 10. So next turn they will have Greater Gargadon, which is going to chump block the Colossus, I'm guessing, unless they choose to attack for some reason. But then they should be dead the turn after that. It seems to be the way this game's going to play out. They don't seem to be playing any kind of removal, so I'm not super concerned about... Oh no, they did have Fury Charm. Oh, I forgot about Fury Charm. So, Metalwork Colossus isn't safe. Totally forgot about that. So it's possible that... Well, let's just hope they don't have it. That's about the best we can do right now. If worst comes to worst, we can still Ardent Plea and clear their board again. Opponent chooses to attack. Well, that's odd, because now they're dead unless they have a way to kill the Colossus. Fury Charm, wow. We'll sacrifice it to the Greater Gargadon, and now... I guess, I mean, we can just Ardent Plea, it's fine. It's just annoying, that's all. And we draw another Ardent Plea. Sure. So we'll play the land, and then we'll sacrifice it, I think. I want them to discard more cards. So let's go blue, white, black, play Ardent Plea. I did not sacrifice the swamp or the token. Oops. It's too late. I can't. That's annoying. I'm so bad at just clicking through my priority. Whoop, we didn't sacrifice our stuff, but we can still win. No, it's fine. We'll just bring in Greater Gargadon this turn and attack for 10. Right, we're fine. We could have done that all along, actually. We didn't even need to restore balance. Why didn't I see that before? Well, at least we're making our opponent sacrifice lands and discard cards. Basically, restore balance was the target player sacrifices 2 lands and discards 2 cards, or 1 land. How many lands do they have? 2. Well, either way, Ardent Plea is going to come into play. Let's just sacrifice everything to Greater Gargadon. They've got 1 land, it's tapped. They've got no blockers. And here we go. Greater Gargadon comes off suspend. It has haste, attack for 10. And that's the game. That was surprisingly close for considering how janky that deck was. Greater Gargadon was just giving us issues. It was working well against our restore balances, which can happen. That deck seems super prone to just any kind of hate at all. Anything that can kill a creature basically just ruins that deck's life. But I can appreciate a janky budget build. I'm fond of those, so more power to my opponent. Anyway, that's the first bonus game with Restore Balance. If you want to see more of this deck, or if you want to see more of any deck on this channel, feel free to let me know in the comments. And, I thank you guys for watching. Also, if you like this deck and you haven't seen the other games, check the description. There should be a playlist. And I will see you guys in the next one.